Okay, go ahead, Melissa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm recording now. Okay, sweetheart, go ahead.
Um, okay. Good evening, everybody. I'm Melita, and since it's May and temperature in Athens has already reached up to 39 degrees, I thought that there's no other more accurate topic than climate change. I think that most of us have a general idea about what climate change is and its consequences, so I considered it a good idea to analyze it a little. I looked it up, and according to Wikipedia, the definition of climate change is any significant change in the measures of climate lasting for an extended period of time. It includes major changes in temperature, precipitation, or wind patterns, among other effects that occur over several decades or even longer. Climate change is not
One
just a
moment,
term,
Melissa,
though.
you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
you have to show us your slides, okay? And don't read. Whatever you do, don't read. I'd rather you just look at the pictures and talk, okay?
No, I have memorized it.
Oh, you know what you're talking about. Okay, go put your presentation from the beginning in the corner where it says from the beginning, so we see the whole presentation. Because you're still on the first slide.
I'm this is like the first one.
Ah, this is the first. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because you've got to put slideshow from the beginning. Sorry to interrupt you, eh?
Click
Slideshow.
F5. Click F5. F5, please.
Yes. Okay. This is the first one. There's nothing else before that one.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
Click F5.
I did. Nothing happened.
It doesn't seem to work on the. Okay, fine. Go ahead, sweetheart. Continue. Okay, we
Okay.
had this problem before. Go ahead, love. Sorry.
Wait. I can't like. I don't know why I pressed. Okay. This is the second one.
Okay. Press the
Okay.
second slide then.
Okay. As I said, climate change is not only a term, it is actually a fact with many severe consequences in a worldwide level. For example, in Alaska, 178 communities are being under the threat of losing their landfills. And the last 50 years, the temperature of Alaska is 2 times higher than the usual, and it has even reached 3.4 degrees. So, as a result, many local communities are forced to leave the ground. In fact, since 2008, an average of 26.4 million people in all over the world is obliged to displace every year due to natural disasters caused by climate change. In other words, a person has to abandon his or her home every second, and as it is specifically pointed out, there are more climate refugees than political or religious ones. And here are some pictures that specify the effects of the climate change when it comes to health issues, to ecosystem, farming, social and economical issues. I think that it also must be said that as we can clearly see in those pictures, climate change affects lower economic levels 10 times more than higher economic levels, and that should definitely be taken into consideration. So now, what can we do to end or at least reduce this disaster? Well, nothing can happen if governments don't say so. So, the principal solution for this problem is for politicians to change their mindset a bit and install a green policy into their governments. Also, another solution that would be definitely effective is to be made sure that every single citizen is aware of this situation and behaves correctly and as friendly to the environment as possible. That was all. Basically, thank you for listening, and if you have anything to add or any question, I would love to hear it.
Okay. I think I would like you guys to ask some questions first. What could you ask her?
One comment I would like to make, considering the fact that she was not reading, that was a very nice presentation. Is that
Yeah.
100% correct that you were not reading, sweetheart?
I only read the definition of climate change. All the other stuff, I had memorized it.
Okay, great, great. Which means you would be able. Guys, there's much noise. Ioana mo pong Okay, I muted Ioana, so it's much better now. Well, that was really very good, which means, as I was saying before, that you might be able to reproduce this kind of language again, right?
Yes.
That was very good in this
Thank
case.
you.
Nice language, nice flowing speaking. Okay, there was a flow in your speaking, and I liked it. Some natural, what's the word for this? Connectors, modifiers, natural speaking. Good.
Thank you.
And it was a nice ending too. And you got better as you went along. It was more natural as you went along.
Yeah.
I would just like one of you to ask about something that you could possibly think of. To ask her. Because there is one major question that I think we could ask, but I don't want to be the one to do it. Please.
Can I ask something?
Thank you.
Melita, have you yourself taken any measures against climate change?
I'm actually trying as much as I can to be like more eco-friendly through the environment, but it's pretty hard, to be honest. It's not as easy as everyone says it is, and it needs a lot of like not exactly effort, but to really like want it, I guess.
And
I
a
don't know.
change in lifestyle, complete
Yes.
change in lifestyle. That was a good question. Another question.
Melita, I have to say there is a natural delivery of your speaking. I like it. Go on, keep it.
Thank you.
I would like to ask something as well.
Thank you.
Melita, do you think that if the climate keeps changing the way it is, this could possibly mean that the world is about to end as we know it?
Well, I think that it's not like I definitely think so, to be honest. I don't think that like if we keep ignoring it and think that like someone will do something but not us, like someone else, I think that that's not going to work. And that yes, the world will end if we keep being like that. And yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I was just hoping for one more question. Those were very good. Better than even the one I thought of. Harris, can you think of a question? Yeah, go ahead, Katia,
Okay.
please.
I have a feeling we all think it's somebody else's responsibility. We never put ourselves in the shoes of the people who are to do something about it. Am I wrong, guys?
No.
No.
Okay.
What can we do as individuals to prevent climate change? Where do we come into the picture? Melita, what do you think? Where do we come into the picture as individuals?
I think with like there are the little things that make change. Maybe if but they have to be done by like everyone. There's like no one who can make things by like themselves, but if everyone does something, then I think everything will be improved. And
What do you think would make a major change if it happened in all urban areas all over the world? And this is not only related directly to Melita. What could be a major change in urban areas all over the world? Please do.
Please.
Okay. I have a bad network. Maybe it's a lot. Okay. Hello everyone. We'll talk about artificial intelligence. Well, the definition is that artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially in computer systems. More specifically, artificial intelligence is the creation of a machine that can learn, gather, make decisions by itself without the help of a human. Now, how it works? Well, there are three stages: the learning process, the reasoning process, and the self-correction process. The learning process is the first stage in which the machine, using the algorithms that are made by a man to gather information through some sensors via internet or human interaction, and then use them to take decisions. The reasoning process is exactly what I just said, to use the information, make decisions, and return the results to the user. The self-correction process is similar with the learning process, in which the machine gets feedback from the results that already gave to the user and using them to learn for the future tasks. Nowadays, artificial intelligence have many applications, such as speech recognition, image recognition, chatbot, which is chatting with a machine, natural language generation, robotics, and self-driving cars. And in the future, we'll have a lot of more applications. And now, about the advantage of artificial intelligence. Robots can replace humans in repetitive and tedious tasks, such as in factories where workers have to do the same task every day for 8 hours, and they can do it better in lower error rate, and they don't need to sleep or rest or take a break. So robots can be more accurate and have better results. Furthermore, they can interact with humans for entertainment. For example, playing video games or robotic pets in the future that can interact with humans and help them with depression and psychological problems generally, such as a real pet, a dog or something like that. Last, they can think logically because they are programmed to do it. So they can make rational decisions. However, artificial intelligence have many disadvantages. For example, it's questionable if it's ethically and morally correct. Because intelligence is a gift for the humans. Also, there's a problem that robots may replace humans and can lead to severe employment. And there's the fact that people may become addicted to them. For example, think a house assistant that can do everything in a house. Or the robotic pets. Furthermore, they can be easily misused for their own purpose, for example, as weapons or controlling humans. For your time, do you have any questions? Or
First of all, congratulations, dear.
Good, that was
Congratulations. That was excellent. That was very clear, okay, and to the point. Very good. Okay, nice language. Good, very good. Andrew, can you please give me an example of AI that you were mostly impressed by?
for sure, it's self-driving cars, but also house assistants. I think the first one called Asima, something like this.
Yeah,
And,
asthma.
and it was very impressive.
Hmm?
However, nowadays, artificial intelligence is far away from that.
It's not
There are
close
many
yet.
people who believe that sooner or later the computers are going to take over the human race because they borrow human intelligence. All right, and they improve it. Okay, are you one of those who believe in this?
Well, actually, I work on artificial intelligence. So, because I know how to code it, and I know that it's something that is human-made, I don't think that this is possible for this time.
Do you code in Python?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know, some people are afraid that because the computers, no computers, the robots, teach each other now, they tend to get higher and higher in intelligence and they surpass the human race. But who knows? Who knows? It is impressive, anyways. It is. Come on, boys and girls, questions?
Yeah, guys,
Can I
please.
say something?
Please do,
Please do.
sweetheart.
You're expected to.
First of all, Andreas, congratulations on the amazing presentation, and the topic is really interesting. AI has been introduced to us in many films, shows, and in real life as well. Now, you work using Python, as you said. If something
Yeah.
goes wrong in coding, don't you believe that AI and the thing it's used for could have like dreadful consequences?
Uh, Not by an code error, but it's the use. Uh, it's something like that Albert Einstein said that it's the use to it's how to you use something, not uh, the specific thing that is bad. For example, if you make robots to if you make soldier robots, yes, they are bad. But if you make robots that help you at your home, I think that this is perfect.
Okay, thank you. And again, congratulations.
I can't think of any difference between robots and human way of thinking. They're bad people, they're bad robots made by bad minds, bad people. Okay, so I'm afraid this is something we can't avoid.
Can I ask something?
The
Sure.
difference is, oh, sorry.
Which country do you think is going to be the first one to have the AI superpower?
I don't know. Or America or China.
Okay.
Which one do you think is further ahead, really?
I think it's America because gathers more science.
Scientific.
Yes.
Sweetheart, don't think it is. It is.
Okay, it is, eh? Because I always wonder if other powers in the world are hiding their knowledge, but okay. Yeah, interesting.
Guys, get out there and travel around the world.
Can I ask you a question?
Mariana, please ask as many questions as you like, sweetheart. That's why we have presentations. And when you see something new and interesting, please open up. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Well, I'm not against in the idea of robots, but how about all the jobs that will be lost and the strike in the economy that will cause by the peak of the robots that in some time in the future teachers will be replaced, mechanics will be replaced, all mathematics and anything that can be replaced by using the logic from post θετικές επιστήμες.
Nobody speaks Greek here. We're all English.
Math, scientists, physics. Sometime in the future will be replaced. In the other hand, psychologists, people who can express feelings won't, because I believe robots won't have feelings.
Unemployment.
Oh, you said something. Sorry.
Mariana, you asked me about unemployment, or
Yes, about unemployment. What jobs will be first strike and lose their jobs?
I don't know, but listen, an idea. Think a new society that people will not work as hard as they do now. For example, already some countries think about 4-day work instead of 5. I think with robots and artificial intelligence, we could make what we try so many years to make our lives easier.
Okay.
So
Well,
the, I think that in the future there will be a new type of society.
Well, actually, lots of jobs are lost, but a lot more new ones are created. They just change. Older jobs. Long time ago, there used to be a shoemaker. I don't know.
Dressmaker.
Dressmaker and things like that.
Handmade things. Handmade.
Yes.
Everything was handmade. Okay.
Now they do
We
not
were
exist.
blacksmiths.
But other jobs have been created. Jobs that have to do with robots. I don't know, whatever mechanisms, new things, new posts, working posts.
The only thing I think that it's really hard for a robot to provide psychological support the way that a human can, or even the fact that they could sort of replace the emotional support that a pet provides and the companionship. Because I've seen I don't know, some news about this, that in Japan they have robots that are pets. I find this to be unreal. I think it's the only thing that can't be done. Andrew, is it possible? What kind of
I'm not,
support? Purely logical?
sure.
I don't know.
I think it's just company. For example, if there's someone that can't can have a real pet because he can't feed him or something, a robot pet it may be helpful for him.
Huh.
Like
So
beauties in the eyes of the beholder, so is it with companions. Okay, if you consider somebody or something to be a companion, you give it proper sentiments, or you recognize things that may not exist in it.
Okay.
What about Orestes? Nothing said today. Caracallos.
Yeah,
Me.
he asked questions.
I
sorry.
asked questions.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sure. Yes, he did. Yeah.
Joanna,
But I could add something if you want to,
Okay,
about
please.
automation.
Yeah, please do.
I heard that some people said that maybe robots or artificial intelligence could replace the labor force. But I think that this is impossible because we live in a consumer economy where everything is based on luxuries, and if somebody doesn't work and cannot produce and cannot amass wealth, they cannot buy luxuries. And that is why artificial intelligence would actually damage corporations and businesses instead of normal workers, for example.
What do you think, Joanna?
What do you want me to talk about?
No. We have already said a lot of things, and you're expected to make a comment on what has already been said. I don't like this, Joanna.
I'm sorry, I just was thinking about the question.
Okay. Would you like to tell her, just give her a clue, Orespi, Carajallos, about
Yes.
what you just said?
I just mentioned that I believe the replacement of the workforce by artificial intelligence is unrealistic due to how the economy operates, and because of the fact that it survives by common workers buying and buying more and essentially consuming what is produced, and that would harm corporations if there was not enough money for common workers to buy products.
Yes, I actually totally agree with him. And I just believe it would be a disaster in humanity because they would just take over. And it would definitely be a disadvantage for everyone. And I also agree with what Miss Linda said about the psychology part, which is, I believe, really important. That's all.
And Haralabe, let us hear your special way of thinking.
I don't know what else to adapt. They've covered me.
But this is not what you're going to say in the exam day. You have to invent something to say, so consider it as an exam. Invent something to say. Out of the blue. Is there anybody else who's going to present something today, Ms. Linda?
No, we should finish now and go on to Michigan, but I would like Haralabos to give us his opinion about robotics and if he thinks that they're intelligent enough to replace humans, and then we can move on to Michigan for the last minutes to do some summarizing.
To begin with, we have heard this term being thrown around a lot, and I think first understand exactly what it means. To elaborate, it can be anything from a website to a platform on the internet, where a user may share content or participate in the process of social networking. Personally, I feel that most of us are not quite informed about the effects of social media in society. Um, More specifically, social media has allowed mass communication while also enabling people to share content and connect in various forums or communities where they may share their thoughts and ideas. Furthermore, through social media, many jobs and occupations have been greatly enhanced, while more positions have been offered to the labor force. And most importantly, education has been made easier. A great example of that is this class right now. We're using a social media platform to do this lesson. But, however, there is a great issue with social media. It has been reported that many people have been facing various forms of addiction. But as far as I'm concerned, this is not something caused by social media themselves, but by the user who is not using them appropriately. As of 2020, the most popular social media applications are Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, and Snapchat. And to conclude this presentation, I would like to read out loud a quote from Mark Zuckerberg, who happens to be the founder and CEO of Facebook. Think about what people are doing on Facebook today. They're keeping up with their friends and family, but they're also building an image and identity for themselves, which in a sense is their brand. They're connecting with the audience that they want to connect to. It's almost a disadvantage if you're not on it now. And I would like to thank you for paying attention to my presentation. Does anybody have any questions?
Well, first off, congratulations, dear.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. I would like to hear questions. I don't know, my phone rang and I don't know if you invited people to ask you questions. I don't know.
I think we could discuss the topic in general because I'm pretty sure everyone is accustomed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could discuss addiction that I mentioned before.
Yeah, great. You
I
may
would like-
conduct this, the discussion, Miss Linda.
Yeah, I know. I was just seeing where we could begin because this is such a this is a topic that you can say so much about.
That is true.
What about I mean, I don't know where to begin and end here. There's double profiles and people have one image on Facebook, but when you meet them in person, they're totally different. And there's a lot of aspects. So I think that I'll just go with what Oresti said and talk about addiction. What is addictive about Facebook? What is
Guys, I'm
exactly-
sorry, there is noise coming from.
Are going to become obsolete. Orestes Papadopoulos, what is your opinion? Do you think that libraries are going to become obsolete?
I believe that this is not going to be the case. Libraries are always going to exist, but maybe not in that way. Like they'll be filled with computers, with PDF forms of the books, as we discussed in the previous lesson. But no, libraries will exist and they will be very popular, as they are now.
Okay, you don't think that they're going to disappear, right? Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, of
Good
course.
work.
Anxiety.
Excellent, Joanna. Good for you.
Okay. Good for you. Yeah. There you are. We are ready. You are ready. We're waiting for the rest to join. Anxiety, eh? Yeah.
I think it's a good topic for today.
Yeah. Good.
Just what we needed.
Is anybody anxious? Is anybody anxious?
Me.
Why, sweetheart? Why?
Because I have to present. I don't know.
So what? Is this the first time you're doing something like that?
No, I have done before and in front of many people and parents and you.
So what? What's the difference? Now it's much easier for everybody, for us. I mean, for you, it's all the same.
Yes.
And mind you, something else. Never mind if you make a mistake. Never mind if you make more than one mistake. Never mind if you get stuck. You're learning English, even in your mother tongue. If you had to say something, perform something like this, you might be stuck. So we don't care. You only try to do your best.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long has it taken you to prepare it?
About 3 hours.
Oh, it's quite some time.
With
but
the preparation that I did, like, saying it.
Yeah. Deciding what you're going to include, yes. Schedule.
Yes.
Right.
And I found some information and then I put linking words.
Yeah.
And some better vocabulary where I could.
Right.
And that was it.
Great.
Okay, Joanna, whenever you're ready,
okay,
you can begin. I think this is a very interesting and pertinent topic. I like it.
My name is Joanna Basato, and today I would like to present my project, which is about anxiety, and it is something extremely common. So first of all, let's talk about anxiety generally. Anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. It's a feeling of fear or apprehension about what's to come. For instance, the first day of school, going to a job interview, or giving a speech may cause most people to feel fearful and nervous. On the other hand, if your feelings of anxiety are extreme, last for longer than 6 months, and are interfering with your life, you may have an anxiety disorder. Now I'd like to mention some of the different kinds of anxiety disorders. The first one is panic disorder. It is like experiencing panic attacks at unexpected times. A person with panic disorder may live in fear of the next panic attack. Phobia, which is a fear of a specific object, situation, or activity. Social anxiety disorder. It is an extreme fear of being judged by others in social situations. Obsessive compulsive disorder. It is having irrational thoughts that lead you to perform specific. Separation anxiety disorder, which is a fear of being away from home or your loved ones. Illness anxiety disorder, it is an anxiety about your health. And last but not least, we have post-traumatic stress disorder, or otherwise called PTSD. And it is an anxiety following a traumatic event. Next up, we have some of the symptoms of anxiety generally. These include increased heart rate, rapid breathing, restlessness, trouble concentrating, and difficulty falling asleep. It is an indisputable fact that your anxiety symptoms might be totally different from someone else's, and that is the reason why it's important to know all the ways anxiety can present itself. And for the most important part, how to deal with anxiety, these are some ways that could be very helpful. Become a relaxation expert, and by that I mean try to find different ways of relaxing, get enough sleep, nourishment, and exercise, connect with others, and connect with nature, and pay attention to the good things and stay positive. Now, I strongly believe that every single one of us experiences stress and anxiety at one time or another. And the only way to overcome the situation that may lead to bigger problems is by staying calm and think positively. This was the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching and listening. And I could hear your questions if you have any.
First of all, congratulations, sweetheart.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Joanna.
That was
really-
really very good. Okay. So I can now understand why it has taken you 3 hours to prepare it. Yes. It might have taken longer for me.
Yes.
How old are you, Joanna? Joanna? Can you hear me?
Oh, we just lost her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe she has an internet connection issue. I don't know.
oh no, because we wanted to ask some questions.
Yeah. And she asked, but probably she'll be back, I'm sure about that. Let's write to her.
Can you hear me?
Ah, there she
Yes.
is.
Okay, it was lagging, so.
It's okay. It's okay, dear. You may, if you wish, you may either share your screen back or just go on talking about that. I was asking you, how old are you?
I am 14.
Okay, Nick?
Yes, okay, understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joanna, can I ask the first question?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What do you think of that list that you had there? Okay. What do you think is the most common type of anxiety for people your age, of all of those that you had discussed?
You mean from the anxiety disorders, right?
Yeah. Which one do you think that people your age face most often?
Probably the social anxiety disorder, which is an extreme fear of being judged by others in social situations.
Okay.
Because of the school and, you know.
Yeah, and peer pressure, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Is there another one there that you would consider to be common as well?
For children, I don't know, but for older people, I would say separation anxiety disorder, because they get away from home, so they have the fear that they might miss their loved ones, their parents.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I think that, would some of you like to ask some questions?
I'd like to say some things, actually.
Please do.
Okay, first of all, Joanna, your presentation gave me life. I love the PowerPoint and the whole presentation. And secondly,
Thanks.
how did you come up with this topic? It's really
Okay.
interesting, actually.
So I was thinking what I wanted to present, and at first I thought about music, but I saw that the rest did about music, and I thought then about health and exercising. But when I was searching in Google, it said like exercising and anxiety, and I saw anxiety, and I was like, this is a good topic to talk about, because I thought that every single one of us has experienced something like that.
It is, actually. And really
Yes,
related.
and about the PowerPoint, I was very excited that I found out how to make these slides. You saw the effects. I haven't done before, and I was excited about them.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
You've got the best help. Okay. Either Orestes, both Oresteses, and now you have the guest we have tonight, Mr. Nick. Is very good at it, I think. Yes, Nick? Maybe he missed it. All right. Okay. Okay.
Do any of you experience this type of anxiety? That's an interesting question.
Yeah. If anybody's phobic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anxiety is the same thing as stress. I think it is something more than stress.
Yeah, it is more. It is
Okay,
more.
it's yes, stress is something momentarily, but anxiety is
You could have a panic attack, for example.
Yeah.
it's like a condition, eh?
Yeah, it's more. Yeah.
Stress leads to anxiety symptoms.
Yes, that's right.
But this video is related to the topic that I had given you for speaking today, which is about controlling nature. And this video is about the fact that nature is reclaiming space on Earth and on our planet due to the virus. Now, I think that we can have some.
I'm not sure I have understood, but I will. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, reclaiming space. Nature is reclaiming space.
Ah, yeah, it's taking back its rights.
Yeah, the revenge of nature. Okay, now, I have not put the words and the questions. I'm going to play the video and ask you as we go along, but I'm just going to give you an idea orally of some of the vocabulary that you're going to hear. Okay. You're going to hear things like reclaiming, which means we regain possession of something. And the virus has wreaked havoc on this planet. What does wreaked havoc mean? Does anybody know? Wreaked havoc. Okay? You're going to try to figure out what it means. And then we've got coexistence. What about coexistence? What is coexistence? Haralabos, what is coexistence?
When two different species try to cooperate, live together without fighting, without causing confrontations.
That was excellent. Okay, and humans have encroached on the territory of certain species. What does this mean?
Can I say?
Yeah, and I've heard the word encroached used in the classroom. So you must, yes, please do, encroach.
It means intrusiveness. When someone intrudes on someone's rights.
Once more, that was perfect. It's as though you've got the dictionary in front of you. Very good. What about cohabitation? Xenophondas? Cohabitation. It's similar to coexistence. Xenophon?
When two different species try to live together.
Yep. At the same time or in the same place. Okay, so we're left with wreaked havoc. Okay, this means, she says it right at the beginning of the video, and if the virus has wreaked havoc in our lives, it's caused damage, disruption, or destruction. So this is wreaked havoc. Now, let's just listen for some main ideas here, although you can answer the questions in any way you like, okay? She mentions right at the beginning that things have changed in just a matter of days or weeks. So how have things changed in just a matter of days and weeks? what issue does the presenter want to focus on? How has nature began? These are the questions that I'll stop and ask you, of course, but just so that you know what you're listening for. What has nature been, how has nature been reclaiming its space? How have we humans taken over the earth? And what is the lesson we must learn from the coronavirus? That's said at the very end, okay? In very nice terms. So, full screen. Good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear, sadness, anxiety around the world. The coronavirus has wreaked havoc. But I want to end tonight's episode on a positive note. Let us for a moment rewind our lives, say to last week this time, or last month. Can you see how things have changed in just a matter of days and weeks? Institutions and entertainment centers have closed down. Public spaces are empty. There are fewer cars on the roads. Pollution levels have come down. Tourist spots and beaches are empty. Water bodies are cleaner because most people are at home with their...
So, how have things changed in just a matter of days and weeks? Who can answer? Joanna, can you hear everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
It said that that everything is closed, public spaces and beaches, and people are in isolation. And it has been only a few days, so we do not know what's about to come next.